But you want to push
you don't like them.
Push
That's
them out
the
when
thing.
it's convenient.
You don't like them. Okay. No, that's what I'm saying. Okay. Yeah. But you would rather, I tell you what, you would rather have Trump in office, who is a racist, number one.
I'd rather have a decent president.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, check it out. Check it out. You ain't got a whole lot to choose from. You don't have a lot to choose from. But between Hillary and Trump, which one you going with?
I hate Hillary too.
Okay, then you go with those. Okay, that's good.
That's good. They don't vote. That's what's wrong with the young people today, because they don't vote because they think their vote doesn't count. And you come out here and make a stand and say you won't vote. Does that even sound right? Does that even sound right? No. You need to do a self-assessment, sir.
Do you support gays?
Of course.
Anybody has a right to be
because you know what? Because gays can be considered a minority, and we were considered a minority as well.
For a long time.
So how can I take a stand?
Are you anti-woman?
No, anti-woman.
Okay, then how do you support a president that endorses countries that protects rights?
I can't seem to believe that, sir. I can't seem to believe that.
Don't
I really
you
can't.
Ignorance, arrogance, ego.
So it all falls back.
What is the actual policy Trump has?
What policy does Trump have first? Go with that one. What policy does he have?
Make America great.
Okay, let's go with this. Okay, what policy does he have? Because that's not a policy. Better trade deals. Okay, now we're a businessman all of a sudden. That's all we are, a businessman. And that's exactly who you're dealing with. You're dealing with...
were built by people who are not businessmen.
Okay, yeah. And I'll tell you what, which one of the presidents built with it? Let me tell you something. You know something? The thing is, do what you do best. Trump is a businessman. Stick to what you do. That's all he needs to do.
So Reagan should have stayed in the Hey, Reagan back out.
Oh, yeah, it's been quite a while.
Politicians over the course of years have done
He also ruined all the mental health in America.
Well, see, this is what we have right now.
So what do you think?
See, this is the thing we have right now.
What do you think that Trump's going to do to get us out of that debt?
That Obama has attempted to do. Even if it is good, I don't like it because he's Obama. That's crazy. I didn't say you. I did not say you. I said Republican.
Can you name 3 things that Hillary did?
No, I said Republican. That's what I said. I said Republican. I did not say you were.
So he's qualified to run this country?
I said
Obama's
Republican.
in there 2 years.
But at least he...
Regardless of what he's done, good, bad, or otherwise, they don't like it.
Exactly.
And which is crazy because if it's going to be good for the country, why wouldn't they like it? Whether you're a Republican or
You can't name 3 things she did.
So everything he's done.
How many jobs did Hillary?
I tell you what, let's go with how many people on welfare when Bush was in office? Huh? Less?
12 million
I don't
less.
think so. I don't think so.
But neither is Trump. Trump is not qualified.
I like Johnson too. I like Johnson.
Hey, look. SpongeBob is
Johnson's a great guy. Johnson's a great guy. But I'm telling you right now, I want to see somebody here name 3 things that Hillary did when she was in office.
Where does SpongeBob live?
With Obama. Name me 3 things.
Took money.
You can't name anything. You can't name anything. She
Where
did
does
nothing in
SpongeBob
office.
live?
So
And she's
tell
only
me
worried about
what
being
you
the first
think
woman
that
president.
Trump brings
She's
to the
not worried
table.
about you and me.
What does he know about foreign affairs?
Why are you saying I'm not a Trump supporter?
I
You're
am,
trying to
but you're
categorize
Hillary
I'm against
basher.
Hillary.
Okay.
But don't
What
assume that
is
means
the
I'm
other
in favor of
alternative?
Trump.
What's the other alternative?
Gary Johnson. There's this thing you can do called writing in a candidate. There's any number of things you can do. If you don't believe in what a candidate stands for, don't vote for him.
Why don't
I'm
you
just
run?
saying you should.
You might want to
What
see
do
who
you
Johnson
think
is
you
before
can
you
do?
say that. He stands for a lot more than the other two.
Oh,
Just say, I'm not going to divide my party by writing in a candidate.
It's already divided. It's already divided.
If you support a candidate
Sidewalk moving,
who
guys.
takes
Let's take a
$25 million,
Keep the sidewalk moving.
All right, man. Take care.
This is Thirsty Me Entertainment with the protesters at the Donald Trump rally in Las Vegas at the Treasure Island. And we have Sergeant Griffin and Rod here, and they're going to speak about what's going on with the election and with who they feel should be the next president. Okay, we'll start with Rod first.
Oh, he's 30 days older than me.
Okay.
Well, first of all, I would say I mean, okay, Trump's a good businessman, but stick to business. This is, you know, we're running a country. We're not running a Trump Towers. So let that go. That's all I'm saying. I mean, there's no point in it. I mean, he doesn't have a policy on anything. So what's the point? You know, you can sit back and say, we're going to make America great again. But what are you going to do to make America great again? You haven't said that yet.
Okay, so that's true.
Makes no
so what do
sense.
you feel that Donald Trump has to do to win your vote?
Well, no, I'm sorry. That'll never happen. I'm sorry. That
Okay.
would never happen. He could never win my vote because, number one, I mean, hey, anybody is free to do whatever they want if you ask me. I don't bash anybody. I mean, hey, whatever your sex is, that's what you are. Whatever you like is what you like. I don't have a problem with you.
Okay.
I mean, hey, I don't talk about people. I don't go around, you know, bashing women and all that. No, that's not me.
Okay.
Free
All
to do
right.
what you want. This is America.
So who do you feel that should be the best candidate for our country as the next
At
president?
this point in time, I would say Hillary.
Hillary?
I
Okay.
would say Hillary.
You're not feeling the burn?
Burns okay. I mean, we can't go wrong with either one of them, I would say.
Okay.
We can't go wrong with either one of them. But I know who we can go wrong with. And that wouldn't be good.
All
Because
right.
we'll probably be in war, we'll probably be at war 30 to 45 days after he makes it.
That's what people are saying.
And we don't need that.
So what happens if he does become the next president of the United States? What are you going to do?
What am I going to do?
Yes.
Tighten up my buckle, my belt, and my shoes a little tighter, and be ready for whatever comes at me, because it's going to be crazy. It's going to be real
Will you
crazy.
leave the country? A lot of people saying they're going to move to England or Canada or.
All my family is here, you know, in U.S. I don't have anyone outside the country. I've been outside the country a couple times.
Because you are ex-military, correct?
Yes, I am. I lived in Germany.
Germany, okay.
Actually, I lived in Panama as well.
Okay. Are you ex-Marines or
Army.
Army?
Yes.
And you are ex-Army also. Okay. Is there anything else you would like to say about this election or what's going on today?
No, I mean, hey, you know, you got Trump supporters everywhere you go, for whatever reason. I mean, hey, you know, everybody has a right to choose who they want. I mean, it doesn't make it, you know, the right choice, or, you know, come November 4th, I guess we'll figure out who the right choice is.
That's true. America's going to vote.
Exactly. If you don't vote, then, hey, you can't say nothing.
That's true.
You can't say nothing because you sat there and watched.
Have you seen the crowds inside? Do
Yes,
you know?
I have.
Okay,
Just
you know
left
if they're at capacity already.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure because some people, you know, back and forth, you know,
I've
they
seen
don't
it.
know
But
what's
hey,
going on
I
inside.
mean, you know, it is what it is. Trump has his supporters. I mean, you know, I like businessmen for business, but not to run a country.
True.
You know, you got to have some type of policy somewhere. Not, I'm going to make America great again, but what are you going to do that? I'm just going to make America great again. Okay, I'm going to go in here and make a side deal, or we're going to go and make a deal like I did, you know, with this building. Now that don't work. This is the United States.
We have Sergeant Griffin here. He's going to state how he feels about Donald Trump in this election. So, Sergeant Griffin, what do you feel that Donald needs to do, or how do you feel about Donald Trump?
Well, I think he should drop out of the election. He doesn't have any type of experience dealing with foreign affairs, dealing with military. He has no military background to run this country. He's running around here talking about the immigrants and building walls, but I guarantee he's made money off the backs of some of these immigrants. He talks about gays and women, and you know, being an African American, I was a minority growing up. So when you talk about gays, they're minorities just like the African Americans were. You're talking about putting people on boats and sending them back where they came from. You know, hey, our country was built on the back of immigrants that were brought here on slave ships. So do they have to return where they came from? He's not qualified to run this country. I'm a 20-year veteran of the United States Army. He's not qualified to run this country.
So who do you feel is the best candidate to run this country right now?
I think Hillary is qualified to run this country right now. Bernie Sanders is not bad, but I look at Bernie's age. Would he be able to sustain 4 years or 8 years in office. You know, if you look at the average president that does 8 years and how much they've aged at the end of their term, and I don't think Bernie, his health could sustain that. Hillary was Secretary of State. She's good on foreign policies. Every politician has made some type of mistake. And some of the things that come out during presidential elections are things that are not brought up until you're in the limelight. Like, you know, these emails and things of that nature, those things were never an issue until she was running for president.
That's true. That's true. And if Donald Trump becomes our next president, what will you do?
You know, being a retired service member, I think everyone says I'd move to Canada, but you know, our children are born and raised here. I have 4 children, and it's hard to just say you would take your children and leave the country. Even though I could go to Germany and live quite well, but I'm gonna buckle in and stay here and try to help this country. But I won't support Donald Trump at all.
So if he does, will you move to Germany or Canada and take your kids with you, or will you go by yourself?
I have kids that are in school, and it's hard to uproot your kids and just go. Now,
True.
a lot of people say it, but they won't do it. I'll be here in the great U.S. We'll work 4 years and try to find someone to hurry up and replace him.
It's true, but what about we have to go to war or some type of... They're saying in 2018 that the economy is going to crash. The financial advisors are saying that something's getting ready to happen to put our economy and dip us lower than we've ever been, almost like the Great Depression. So what happens if we do go to war and our economy dips and we go through something like the Great Depression? What will you do? Because Donald Trump is in office.
Well, I think our trade will slow down, but I do think that if he's elected, we will go into a financial down spiral. I really do, because wars cost money. Being a service member, I know the cost of equipment, and I just think that it's gonna make it rougher for my little daughter who's 8 years old. Will she be able to go to college? Will she be able to get a job? A college degree these days is like a high school diploma.
True. That is very true. So, is there any type of closing statement, anything else you want to say about this election, or?
Well, first of all, I think it's important that the young people get out and vote. A lot of young people don't get out and vote because they think their vote doesn't count. I'm an advocate. If you want to vote for Donald, if you want to vote for Hillary, vote for someone. But just make sure that when you make that choice, you make the right choice.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So, I know you guys have been watching CNN and MSNBC, and I don't know if you guys watch Fox News. I watch all three. With the rallies that always happen at Donald Trump, do you feel that they've been over-aggressive, or they should change the way they do the rallies, or they should have a designated area for the protesters to stop moving everyone around? You can't do this, you can't do that.
First of all, I think Donald Trump should take accountability for people who are supporting him. It's okay to support, but when violence is incited, we prove nothing but violence. And I think he should condemn the people who do those things. That's a true sign of a leader. If a soldier's on the battlefield and he does something that is considered negligent, he's held accountable. So he should make sure that his people are held accountable when violence is incited.
But he's cheering them on like, yeah, get him out of here, la la la. That does not work. I mean, I've never seen a president that cheers for violence. And that's actually what he does, which is crazy. Why would you? I mean, and you want to be president, but you're cheering for violence. Of all things. It makes no sense.
Right. Okay.
No sense at all.
Well, thank you both for doing this exclusive interview with Thirsty Media. We're at the Trump rally in Las Vegas at Treasure Island. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
About that, I don't think you guys know.
Public access.
It's a public access, sir.
Yes, right there. It's your press.
Public access, right there.
But this part is not.
Are you afraid to let people into your club? Is that what it is?
It's going to suck when that gets drawn back on 10 seconds from now. Keep those mops ready.
It's Thirsty Media Entertainment. We're at the Donald Trump rally in Las Vegas at Treasure Island. And we have
Ron. Kelly.
here protesting the Trump rally. and they're going to speak about how they feel about this election and what's going on with Donald Trump. About what you feel about Donald Trump and what's going on at the rallies.
Well, Trump is a very racist person, man. He plays off other people's racism. You know, that's the whole thing is, oh, he lets me say things that I want to say, and it means he lets them be racist. And that's what it really is. He empowers people to say racist shit.
Okay. And
I'm Ron.
okay, Ron, and
I think Trump is one of the most dangerous people in this country today. He stirs up hate, racism, xenophobia. There's direct parallels to what we're seeing now as what we saw in the 1930s in Europe and the rise of Hitler, especially when you're starting to pick out select groups, Muslims, Hispanics, predominantly Mexicans, and using them to stir up people's hatred and fears. We're here to tell people, you know what, that this isn't the way. Hate and fear is not the way that you should run a nation.
okay. All right, Ron, thank you. And Kelly, so what do you feel, who are you going to vote for?
I'm not going to vote for anything.
You're not going to vote?
Myself.
You don't vote
I
for?
don't believe in politics. I don't believe in putting my life in the hands of a politician. And none of these politicians care about anybody. Just because Trump is bad doesn't mean that Hillary isn't just almost as bad.
So you're not feeling the burn?
No, I'm not feeling the burn. And,
Okay.
you know, to be honest, once Bernie got in there, he wouldn't do much better either.
Okay. So you said you're not going to vote. Is that correct?
I organize within my community, with my neighbors, on issues that matter to us, with the people that they actually affect. And if you want to be involved in politics, in which there are a few times when it's appropriate to do things, what you do is you put politicians in a position where they have no choice about to do things, instead of begging people to do it.
Okay.
Instead of begging a politician to do something for you, you put them in a position where they have no choice but to do it. And that's the way change has been made in the past. That's the way civil rights era was made. That's the way Gandhi made changes in India. He didn't go to a politician and say, I need you, you know, I'm going to sit and support you and put all my energy into you so that you can do stuff for me, because they actually don't do that most of the time. At best, you get a couple of little small things, and you could go out in your community and organize with the people that you live with, and you could spend your time and energy better that way.
One of the greatest examples is the Black Panther movement. And you saw how they were able to organize their community and start programs that help the people within those communities and disenfranchise the officials and the governments and take care of the people that need it. The government takes care of itself. It doesn't have the best interests of the people at heart. And anybody who believes they do is really misguided.
Okay. And are you going to vote at all?
No, I don't believe in voting. I believe in community organizing. I believe in taking care of my community. And as it was already said, I'm here against having Donald Trump be elected, but that does not mean that I'm here trying to get Hillary, Bernie, or any other party elected. I'd rather see the people get together and decide for themselves, community by community, what's best for them.
Okay. Do you have any closing statement about today's rally or about Donald Trump?
Well, I'm just happy that people came out here and made a statement. History is going to judge Donald Trump and his supporters the way they judged the fascists of the past. And I know which side of history I want to be on. I want to be on the right side of history. I want, when people are looking this up, to say, hey, wait, there was opposition to this kind of hatred. It just didn't waltz in here with nobody saying, stop, this is not acceptable.
Okay. Well, thank you for doing this exclusive interview with Thirsty Media Entertainment, and continue the fight for justice. Thirsty Media Entertainment. Yes, thirsty.
Yeah.
We're thirsty for media here.
Are you here in Vegas?
Yes, we're local and we're going to be traveling outside Vegas pretty soon, getting the top stories going on in Vegas.
Wow.
We're like Comic-Con, gun show, we do it all.
That's wide swing there.
Yes, isn't it? Because we're trying to get people, you know, to be interested in different things, okay?
You see our shirts?
Yes.
That's an organization that's here in Vegas.
Okay.
Let me give you a card. This is our basic card. But since you're local Vegas, you can look us up on Facebook. And we'll let you know when we have other events coming up.
Okay, that would be great.
Come down and do some filming.
Cover the cops.
All right. All right. Well, thank you so much, and you guys have a good rest of your day, okay? And be safe.
Coming out.
Okay. All right. So what else do you feel? Who are you guys going to vote for?
Personally, I can't vote. I'm only 16, but if I could vote, I would vote for Hillary Clinton. Even though I was a Bernie supporter during the primaries, Hillary Clinton still is a fantastic candidate. She has the experience and the resume, and she's way better than Trump. I mean, there's no contest there. So I would definitely, for sure, vote for Hillary Clinton if I could vote.
Okay. All right. So what do you feel about the people that support Donald Trump?
Well, I mean, it's their right to support him. I don't think that it's right to support someone that, like I said, is unfit to lead our country. He really has no experience. He called Belgium a city the other day. Like, I mean, that could showcases foreign policy. Like, he doesn't even know that it's a country. So I just, the things that he says on Twitter, especially online, they're just ridiculous. So I don't understand how you can be a supporter if you want a serious person running our country.
Okay. And do you go to many of the rallies, or have you started just going to Donald Trump's rallies when he's out here?
No, I've never been to a Trump rally. When they were in town, I went to like Bernie Sanders rally, but I've never been to a Trump rally. This is my first protest actually. So I'm glad that it turned out the way it did. We got a lot of support, and we got a lot of honking horns. There were some mean people too, but that's First Amendment right, I guess.
Right, that's true. All right, is there a closing statement you would like to give to everyone and let them know how you...
Definitely, this election is a very important cycle. It's probably one of the most important that we've had in a long time. And I urge everyone to make the right decision, which I think is to vote for anybody but Trump. Whether that's a third-party candidate, whether that's Gary Johnson from the Libertarian Party or Hillary Clinton from the Democratic Party. Definitely do your research and realize that Donald Trump is not fit to run our country. And if he is elected, he will not be a good president. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
So start out?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Roel. I was just protesting against Donald Trump. I just think his policies are just terrible, racist, bigoted, and honestly, we don't need a man like that running our country. Hillary or Bernie Sanders, preferably Bernie Sanders, my opinion, would make better presidents. And I'm just surprised that a lot of people are out here actually going to the Trump rallies. So we're here protesting, and we did a really good job. And I just think getting the word out there about how terrible Trump is just something that's important to us.
So who are you going to vote for?
If Bernie Sanders gets the Democratic nomination, then I'm voting for Bernie Sanders. If Hillary Clinton gets the Democratic nomination, then I'm voting for Hillary Clinton. I would prefer Bernie Sanders, but anyone really but Trump, basically, would make a better president. Anyone but Trump.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Is there any kind of a closing statement you would like to make?
Our protest was based around the circus, so I would like to say Trump is the only clown around, and we do not need him in this circus of a race.